Hey guys, what's going on? Jeff here with an Icarus video. This is going to be a little bit about optimization and beginner tips and tricks for when you're first landing in Icarus. If you have any questions during the video, you can be sure to leave a comment. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Or you can check the description. I'll be linking Icarus's Discord, my Discord, both Twitters, anywhere you can get the information that you will need if you need it. Also, the video will be timestamped, so keep a lookout for that. So if you don't need the optimization, you can skip to the beginner tricks for the landing in the Icarus, or you can just do the optimization if you want as well, and you'll know when that ends. And I want to apologize real quick if everything looks a little weird. It's because my mic audio was not good when I did the full recording live while also playing the game, so I'm actually recording over that. But here we go. When you're first loading up Icarus, one thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to your library on Steam, and then you're going to want to go to Icarus, and you're going to actually just want to click play on it, and you're going to want to load up in DX11. As stated by Dean Hall, the developer of Icarus, he said that DX11 has some runtime and has been used a lot longer. DX12 is still pretty new and kind of working out the kinks and trying to get it more optimized for the game. So DX12 might not run smoother, but I did see some reviews over that said DX12 runs smoother for them. I don't know if it's real, if they're trolling, but you can also try that as well. For me personally, I just use DX12 for the ray tracing in NVIDIA because ray tracing is only available in DX12. So I use that for my screenshots and I play regularly on DX11. For the intro scene, you can actually skip through it. It depends on your hard drive though. So if you have a newer SSD, you can skip like seconds into it, maybe not really have to watch it at all. But if you have an older SSD or an older hard drive, you are going to have to watch a little bit longer, and you should be able to skip at some point. So just randomly click and you should be able to skip the intro movie. Before I really talk about settings, I want to show you guys a screenshot of what it says on Steam, what is the minimum and recommended. If you're playing on minimum, you are really going to struggle with the game. I played on my laptop. It's an older gaming laptop with a 1060, and the 1060 is actually the minimum. I had to lower all my graphics down to low. And here's another screenshot of a in-game screenshot that I took of how it looks. It's basically looking pretty funky, and that's what you're going to be getting if you're playing on an older system. The recommended is actually 30 cards, so you might be able to get away with 20 cards. I heard some people are not having issues, some people are. One of the tips for that is to turn off DLSS and you should be good to go. But just be aware, if you are having issues, go ahead and refund it, and hopefully in the future you'll hear of some kind of optimization for older cards and you will be good to go ahead and try out the game again. But here are my settings. I do play on a 3080 on my main gaming PC. I'm able to play on Epic. Sometimes I'll lower too high just to really make everything run smoother. In game I can get about 60 to 80 FPS. Back on beta weekend 1, I would only get about 40 to 50, and that would drop down to 10 a lot. So there has been some optimizations throughout the last couple months that I was playing the beta weekend. I put in about 100 hours of Icarus on the beta weekend. I think it was actually 95, but that is why I'm so hyped about the game. I actually put in quite a bit of time, and I can't wait to put out some Icarus videos for you guys. Now, I saw some things about people saying if you're playing offline, it's taking up more RAM and they wish you could do by yourself on their servers, which you actually can. So if you go and create your character, which I already did, you're going to want to go ahead, select whatever prospect you want. We're going to go with the first one. It's basically teaching how to play the game, how to craft and stuff like that. And then when you go to claim the prospect, you're going to want to tab over. Instead of play with friends, you can actually choose private and nobody can join your game. I'm not entirely sure if you can invite friends, so be aware of that. And you should be good to go. And if it is true that it's taking up more RAM when you're playing offline, then that should help you. So now you're dropping on Icarus. The story of Icarus is it's a terraformed planet. It's supposed to be like Earth, but something went terribly wrong in the terraforming process. The animals are different, the wildlife's different, just the whole planet, something's off about it. There's no oxygen, and you're here to figure out what's going wrong, and you're gonna figure that out while doing all these missions that you saw me select the first one, and there's a whole bunch of tree and it branches off. So you'll figure out what's going on throughout the game and what happened in this planet that was what went terribly wrong while terraforming it. I'll link the description in the description below as well, the live action trailer they did for Icarus. It gives a great explanation of what went wrong and what's happening, and they did a great job with the live action trailer. Two very quick tips while we're here. If you want to hide your HUD, you press 9 on the numpad, and if you want to take a screenshot, you press 8 on the numpad, and then your Icarus screenshots will be saved to your app data local folder in Icarus, and then there's your screenshots right there. So with any survival game, you know when you first load into the game, or you land, or whatever the story is of the game, you just instantly go to collecting. You're going to want to collect your leaves, you're going to want to collect your branches, you're going to want to collect your stone. You get your basic tools that already unlocked, the stone pickaxe and the stone axe. As you can see on the left side of the screen, that's your mission, what you have to do during this mission. Obviously the first mission is easy. They just want you to level up a little bit, make a bedroll, and make a little shelter. Now for beginner shelters, what I did in the first beta weekend was I hollowed out a big rock, like the bottom of it, and then I placed my bedroll in there and then kind of crouched inside of it for protection from the storms. The storms, they will demolish wood houses, but once you get to the stone stage and unlock stone later on, you will have no issue. Stone, I don't think, can actually get destroyed by anything. And then later on, you unlock concrete and much tougher material. Now, we just leveled up, and then the first thing I did, I actually went ahead and did the knife, the campfire, and the bedroll. I usually would probably recommend the hunting bow or the wood bow, the arrow, and the knife for the first things, and then you want to go campfire and bedroll, because the bedroll you can't do for a while because you need 20 fur to actually get the bedroll. And then so obviously you're going to need to be hunting animals to do that. And then after that I usually go like torch, and then campfire you got to do to get to the bedroll, then I'll do like more stuff, and it just depends on what your game plan is for the game. I want to go hunt the wolf. You don't want to hunt a pack of wolves if you see a pack of wolves, but if you go against a wolf, it's actually usually 2 shots with the knife, so that's why the knife is one of the first things I will unlock. It's not like that for all animals. You don't want to do that against a bear, but when you're in the pond or the water, the animals are a lot slower, so you can actually just backwards paddle in the water and they will just follow you, and you can actually reach them with your knife. So if you do come across a bear, I believe that still works, where you can just jump in a lake and then have him follow you and just go at him with your knife, and then he'll eventually die. Now for talents, we went through the tech tree just a little bit. You unlock a lot of cooler stuff later on the tech tree, but in the beginning you're just trying to get your basic survival stuff and trying to level up as quick as possible. But with the tech tree, if you're playing by yourself, you're going to want to go into the solo tree. The solo tree only works for if you're playing solo, just how it sounds. That's the only way that tree is activated. If you're playing with friends, those perks in that tree will not be activated. So I'm usually going to have one multiplayer character, and then I'll have one single player character, and then I'll have probably an extra character for whatever I decide to use with them. But on solo, I decided to go to max health. But say you want to be playing with friends, you will also be earning XP sharing bonuses as well for anything you're doing. So you might want to spread out the talents and say, if you want to be a constructor, go into the construction. If you want to just go fight things, be combat. You can actually play with up to 8 characters. So if you want someone just to be mining, you can actually get the extra lumber from mining, get the extra stone from mining, get the extra iron from mining. So keep that in mind. Try to play strategically if you're playing with friends or if you're playing with solo. As you're walking around, you're going to want to make sure you pick up Oxite. On my first drop on the first beta weekend, I actually almost died from not getting any oxygen because there's no oxygen on this planet. Oxide is the little blue rocks you'll find on the ground, but you'll also see it in the stone as well. It's like these little blue stones that you see. So go mine that, and then once you get some oxide, you're going to want to put it in your inventory in the oxygen slot, and that will help you stay alive. Otherwise, you're probably going to die from not being able to breathe. Now, if you do die from an animal or from not breathing, you're going to get a XP debt if you have to revive yourself and drop again. Now, if you're playing with friends, the friends can come revive you, no XP debt. So there are some significant challenges when playing solo, so keep that in mind. It is definitely a lot easier playing with friends because you do have the XP sharing, you do have people to run together with and fight animals together, and then you obviously don't have to suffer any XP debt. But for me, I did the solo just because I like the challenge, and for the first beta weekend I did play with friends, and then after that I was playing solo. Now that the game launched, I'm going to be doing a little bit of both. You're going to also want to keep an eye on your mission timer at the top. The mission timer runs in real time, not the time that you're in game. So say you log in with 6 days left. You decide not to play for a day, and you log out with 6 days left. When you come back on, you're only going to have 5 days left. So you're going to want to plan accordingly for when you're able to leave the mission and not lose your character, because if you don't get to your dropship in time and leave the planet, your dropship pretty much leaves without you, and then you're going to have to start a whole brand new character. One thing you can actually use for shelter is caves. You're going to want to look for caves along the giant cliffs. You'll notice when there's an opening for one where you just have to mine it out because it is just basically stone. But you're going to want to probably get a floor torch and a wood rag torch before you go into one so you can see around. I heard a rumor that they added animals into caves, small animals. I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been into a cave yet, but just keep that in mind. If you do go inside a cave, it could be dangerous. I do like the idea of small animals being in the caves because it gives a little bit more risk. But if you are in the caves, be aware you might develop pneumonia, which takes away some abilities and causes like debuffs for you. So you're going to want to keep that in mind as well. Now, let's say you finish the mission, you're all good to go, or the mission time is about to run out, you can't finish your mission. Get back to your dropship so you don't have to start over, especially so you don't lose all the levels that you gained. Once you get in the dropship, it'll show you your awards, your accolades, and stuff like that. And then you're going to be back at the character screen. Now, this character screen is basically you inside the space station or whatever it is that you dropped from in the prospect. So you're back at the space station and there's a workshop. All of this is new, so I don't know a whole lot of information about it. But the later missions, not the first mission, but every mission after that, I believe, gives you currency and awards. And when you complete those missions, you can actually use that currency and awards in the workshop to unlock stuff like exosuits, rations, water supplies, stuff to take you with you on the drop to help you survive when you're first dropping into the prospect. I'm so excited to learn about these rewards because they were not in any of the beta weekends, and it's just something I was really wanting because I wanted to be rewarded for my drops. So I can't wait to learn more about that. And it looks like some of the rewards include like pickaxes and stuff like that, so it'll make your dropping a lot easier when you're first dropping into the maps. But for now, that is actually all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned something, and I hope it kind of helped you out a little bit if you want to decide to buy the game or not. Obviously, if you can't optimize it or it's not working out for you, make sure to get that refund in and hopefully come back in the future. And obviously, I was trying to do this while over recording what I already recorded, so I hope it kind of worked out. But keep an eye out for my future series on this game. I enjoyed it so far through the beta, and I plan on playing it more, and I'll be streaming on Twitch as well. Everything's in the description down below, like I said. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the content, like, subscribe, or comment. Let me know what you want to see in the future. And until next time, remember to change that world one smile at a time. You never know whose life you can save or change. And as always, I can't wait to see you in the next video or live stream. Love you guys.